Known as the buzzer, this ghost signal has haunted the airwaves since the Cold War. For decades, it has baffled experts and sparked wild theories of phantom spies, nuclear deadman switches, and secret military orders. Its official purpose is a complete mystery, a blank file in the Kremlin's archives. From time to time, the signal starts doing the weirdest things. Even recently, the monotonous buzz was broken by something chilling, something that calls back to the darkest days of Soviet power. What if this ghost signal isn't just a relic of the past? What if its real purpose is something far more sinister? To understand the buzzer, we have to go back in time. The first recordings of the station pop up around 1982, when amateur radio operators scanning the shortwave bands noticed something strange on the 4625 kHz frequency. It was a short, repeating peep, like a metronome from a forgotten world. For years, that's all it did. Then around 1992, the sound changed. The pips were replaced by a harsh, grating buzz, earning the station its nickname. And with that, the legend of UVB-76 was born. The name itself is actually a mistake, a mishearing of an old call sign that just stuck. But the voice transmissions that occasionally break the silence are no mistake. Though infrequent at first, they were deeply unsettling. One of the first widely confirmed voice messages was heard in 1997, and they've continued sporadically ever since. A monotone voice, sometimes male, sometimes female, would cut through the buzz to read cryptic messages, often just Russian names and strings of numbers. This wasn't normal radio chatter. This was something else. For years, the signal's origin was as mysterious as its purpose. Using triangulation, radio enthusiasts tracked it to Povarovo, a town northwest of Moscow. The site was a secretive, walled-off military complex. Then in 2010, the signal suddenly went quiet for about 24 hours. When the buzz returned, it was broadcasting from a new location. Not long after, urban explorers ventured into the abandoned Povarovo bunker. What they found was a scene from a post-apocalyptic movie. Rusted equipment, scattered papers, and an eerie silence. They even discovered a logbook, which seemed to confirm the station belonged to the Russian armed forces by detailing military communications. Today, the signal is believed to be controlled from multiple sites, including communications hubs near St. Petersburg and Moscow, making it much harder to pinpoint. But knowing the where has only made the why an even bigger mystery. What is the point of this relentless, decades-long broadcast? The void of any official explanation has been filled with speculation, from the plausible to the outright terrifying. First, you've got the spy theory. This is maybe the most romantic and long-lasting idea. The buzzer, in this version of the story, is a numbers station. During the Cold War, intelligence agencies used these stations to send coded, one-way messages to spies in the field. An agent, anywhere in the world, could just tune in at a specific time to get their orders. The structure of the voice messages on UVB-76, with their call signs and coded number groups, fits this pattern perfectly. It's a simple, low-tech, and almost untraceable way to communicate. a perfect tool for the shadowy world of espionage. But then there's the second, much scarier theory, that the buzzer is connected to Russia's dead-hand nuclear retaliation system. Known as Perimeter, this Cold War-era system was built as a failsafe. If a nuclear strike were to take out Russia's leadership, the system would automatically launch a retaliatory strike. According to this theory, the constant buzz is a dead man's switch, signaling that all is well. If the buzz were to stop, it would mean command and control is lost, and the automated system would kick off the end of the world. For years, this theory cast a nuclear shadow over the signal. However, most experts are skeptical. The station has gone down for maintenance, had technical glitches, and famously fell silent for a day in 2010. No apocalypse was triggered. While chilling, the dead hand theory seems pretty unlikely. This leads us to the third and most widely accepted explanation, which is both more logical and, let's be honest, a little disappointing. The theory is that the buzzer is just a channel marker. Russia is a massive country, spanning 11 time zones. Its military needs reliable, long-distance communication, and the 4625 kHz frequency is reserved for its western military district. The constant buzz, then, serves a very simple purpose. It's a signal that says, this frequency is taken. It stops anyone else, from ham radio operators to foreign powers, from squatting on their channel. The occasional voice messages are likely just tests to make sure receiving stations are alert. The logbook found at Povarovo, full of routine military communications, strongly supports this idea. The ghost in the machine might just be a glorified placeholder. For decades, the station followed a predictable, if bizarre, pattern. Endless buzzing, broken up by rare cryptic voice messages. But in the last couple of years, all predictability was shattered as the station lit up with activity. In 2024, a radio pirate famously managed to communicate with an operator. This demonstrates actual people are controlling UVB-76, keeping it live to this day.
А музыку включить можно? Почему? За такие вопросы вам ничего не будет? Да, блин.
Throughout 2025, the number of coded messages skyrocketed. On November 11th, 2025, listeners logged an incredible 24 distinct messages in a single day. The most talkative broadcast in the station's history. Strange new code words appeared, often timed around sensitive Russian military tests. The station was coming alive. That November, things took an even more alarming turn. A voice message crackled through the static with eerie coded messages that included the word Latvia. Panic shot through online communities. Latvia is a NATO member, and an attack on it could trigger the alliance's mutual defense clause. Was this a threat, a warning, or just another random word? The Russian government, as usual, said nothing. And then, on December 30th, 2025, the buzzer did something nobody could have predicted. The monotonous drone stopped, and in its place, the haunting melody of Tchaikovsky's Swan Lake began to play. To an outsider, this might seem weird but harmless. But in Russia, Swan Lake is an omen. During the Soviet era, state television would play the ballet on a loop to mask periods of extreme political crisis, most famously during the attempted coup against Mikhail Gorbachev in 1991 and after the deaths of Soviet leaders. It is literally the soundtrack of instability and collapse. As the world listened in disbelief, the broadcast grew even stranger. Some reports claimed Western pop songs were spliced into the broadcast. Analysts immediately cried foul, suggesting it was a sophisticated hack. And yet, the timing, amid extreme geopolitical tension, was undeniable. The Swan Lake broadcast, whether it was a genuine military signal, an act of psychological warfare, or a massive prank, sent a chilling message. The ghost signal was no longer just a curiosity, it was a global phenomenon. While the Kremlin has never acknowledged its existence or its purpose, the station at 4625 kHz continues its monotonous 24/7 vigil. While the most logical explanation is still that it's a channel marker for the Russian military, the bizarre events of late 2025 have thrown everything into question. The surge in activity, the ominous code words, and the surreal broadcasts have breathed new life into the mystery. We're left with a signal that is a complete paradox. It might be a doomsday clock ticking down to zero, or a secret spy network hiding in plain sight. Or it could just be the world's most boring radio station, a relic of a bygone era that refuses to die. The only thing we know for sure is that after all these years, the ghost on the airwaves is more active and more mysterious than ever before. It keeps buzzing, and the world keeps listening, waiting for the moment the buzz stops and wondering what comes next.